singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by A.U. Cappella.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Auburn Arena for tonight's competition between the Florida Gators and your Auburn Tigers. And now let's meet tonight's competitors. First, please welcome the Florida Gators. Sydney Johnson Sharp, Leah Clapper, Rachel Gowie, Peyton Richards, Alyssa Bauman, Hallie Taylor, Jasmine Foberg, Naya Reed, Megan Chant, Trinity Thomas, Savannah Shanehair, Megan Skaggs, Amelia Hundley, and Sierra Alexander. The head coach for Florida is Jenny Rowland. Ladies, please move to your first event. All right, fans, it's now time to get out your phones and open War Eagle lights.
We are each on our own.
Yet we share every moment.
We each seek perfection.
Yet we share every struggle.
I can feel it coming in the air.
We each give our best.
Yet we share every victory.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
We are connected by our pain,
Our passion,
And our relentless pursuit to be better.
On every jump,
Every release.
in every landing.
This is what we do.
gentlemen, let's meet your Auburn Tigers. Please welcome a freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, and a JO National Bars champion, Aria Rush. A freshman from Sumner, Georgia, and a JO National qualifier, Anna Sumner. A senior from Jacksonville, Florida, and an all-SEC competitor, Emma Slappy. A freshman from Orlando, Florida, and a JO National qualifier, Morgan Lee Oldham. A freshman from Cherrysville, North Carolina, and a JO National qualifier, Piper Smith. A senior from San Antonio, Texas, and an all-SEC competitor, Gracie Day. A junior from Tyler, Texas, and an all-SEC competitor, Drew Watson. A freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado, and a JO National qualifier, Adeline Sabados. A sophomore from Port Orange, Florida, and on the SEC Academic Honor Roll, Sabrina Cheney. A sophomore from Sarasota, Florida, and your 2019 Vault National Champion, Darian Goldborn. A senior from Boone, North Carolina, and a Scholastic All-American, Katie Becker. A junior from Macungie, Pennsylvania, and on the SEC Academic Honor Roll, Meredith Sylvia. A freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, and a two-time JO National Champion, Cassie Stevens. A junior from Aurora, Colorado, with a career high of 9.925 on vault, Jada Glenn. And a senior from Plano, Texas, and on the SEC Academic Honor Roll, Skylar Shepard.
And thanks everyone for tuning in to Before the Heights. For Kathy Johnson-Clark, I'm Bart Connor. Please join us at 8:30 Eastern on the SEC Network for tonight's live NCAA gymnastics action. We'll see you over on the SEC Network in a few minutes. It's Auburn hosting Florida.
The head coach for your Auburn Tigers is Jack Rader.
Hey, you know, hey, you!
Welcome inside the Auburn Arena for tonight's live SEC Network coverage as the 17th ranked Auburn Tigers welcome the 2nd ranked Florida Gators. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. Tonight we have two excellent teams and two of the biggest stars in collegiate gymnastics, Florida's Trinity Thomas and Auburn's Darian Goldborn.
And there is no stage too big or lights too bright for these two. They headline their teams with unique style and great skill and usually really big scores.
Talk about big scores. Trinity Thomas leads the NCAA on beam and floors. She's the only gymnast so far this season with 10 on multiple apparatus. She did it on bars and beam. And of course, Darian Goldborn, 6 event titles, scored 9.9 plus in 7 of her 19 routines. So they'll be leading their teams respectively tonight. As we get set for the first vault here, it's the home team Auburn welcoming the number 2 Florida Gators. And as per the rules in collegiate gymnastics, the home team gets what they call the Olympic order. They will open up on the vault, and we will get set for Katie Becker, who will be the first vaulter for Auburn. And this is an opportunity for her. This is her first competitive vault of the season. She did an exhibition floor routine at the first meet of the year out in California, but As you mentioned, Kathy, we've been talking all week long about Auburn hoping to finally put together a complete meet. They've been a little bit of fatigue in their performances lately, and so Coach Jeff Graba is saying he's going to mix up the lineup. He's going to give them some rest. He's going to try to do some different things this week to get great performances.
And I already saw the difference in warm-ups. They looked really good, really energetic. Opens with a Yurchenko full. Nice distance from the table. The judges are looking for a good block off that table to see equal height and distance. Let's see how well she balances those two. A pretty good block, nice straight arms, much more distance than height. Little bit of a pike down, but I know they're going to be happy with that ball.
The senior from Boone, North Carolina gets them off to a good start. Boy, Auburn was outstanding on the vault last week when they hosted Kentucky here in the Auburn Arena. What about this Peyton Richards, the Florida freshman who has already started with a big impact on this team, Kathy?
She leads off on 3 events. She is just such a calm competitor, so mature for her youth, really attacking those handstands. Double layout. Wow, found the landing on that one. Good for her. I saw a couple places in the routine where the legs separated, but she shows such great power on this event. It's a swing event, but she brings her powerful style of gymnastics, nice vertical position, and the Florida gymnasts have really worked hard on hitting, not just hitting the position, but holding it and showing it off.
Twice this year, she scored 9.85 on bars. The young freshman from Illinois. Back to the vault now for Auburn. Katie Becker led them off with a 9.775. This is senior Skylar Shepard from Plano, Texas.
Now you saw a full from Katie Becker. Skylar Shepard's going to do the same round-off entry vault, but this one will be a layout with a half twist. She'll land facing away from the table in what we call a blind landing. Okay, not bad, not quite the laid-out position you want to see.
Welcome everyone to the Auburn Arena for tonight's live SEC Network coverage as the 17th ranked Auburn Tigers welcome the 2nd ranked Florida Gators. We are in progress here, just a couple of performances in this first rotation. Happy Valentine's, everyone. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, and there is Rachel Gowie getting set to go for Florida on the bars. Peyton Richards, the freshman, led them off with an impressive 9.85. That's her season high.
Rachel Gowie's an All-American on this event, and you'll see why. Beautiful position in the handstands, very easy swing. You never want to see a gymnast look like they're working on the uneven bars. It should be easy, effortless, streamlined swing, and so far, so good. Not quite right on top of that bar, but probably within the range for no deduction. A little stiff-legged on the landing. She was trying so hard for the stick, and sometimes you can come in a little too stiff-legged and not really absorb the landing.
Quick reminder of the collegiate dual meet competition rules. Each team puts up 6 athletes on each event, and they count just the best 5 scores out of those 6 towards the team score. Team with the highest cumulative score wins. And the home order, vault, bars, beam, and floor. The away team does the reverse of that. So here is Gracie Day, the senior from San Antonio, at a 9.925 last week on vault.
This is a big 10-0 start value vault, a 1.5 twist. Wow! No movement of her feet whatsoever, and that is going to be huge for Auburn. They opened up with 2 scores, 9.775, so getting a big one here is monumental. Didn't get a huge block, but she worked that 1.5 twist so beautifully that she found the floor and just stuck those feet right in with no movement.
And she is a breath of fresh air. Boy, everywhere she goes, she is celebrating, and she brings a lot of energy to this team, and she's a huge crowd favorite here. They're building a huge fan base here at Auburn, and they love their Auburn Tiger gymnasts here for sure. Amelia Hundley now set to go for Florida. The second 9-8-5 in a row for the Gators on bars. That last one was for Rachel Gowdy.
And always expect a huge routine from Amelia. Watch these 3 release moves going back and forth between the bars. This one with a half twist right here. It's called a Van Leeuwen. She is so strong on this event, and her technique is so good. Half in, half out, and finds it. Okay, they'll take a tiny deduction for a little bit of the arm circle, but way to go to not move those feet. Watch this, toe on. That's called a Maloney. Drops right back to the bar with a pack salto, and then sets up the third. Watch this dismount. She took it out a little bit far, so she had to work to not over-rotate that.
Back to the vault for Auburn. Cassie Stevens set to go. Gracie Day had a 9-9-2-5, her second one in a row.
Another 1.5, a little short of rotation and well off to the side. So the direction was off. Just a little bit rushed, did not get her full block through the shoulders off the table so you could really line it up.
Stevens is a freshman from Phoenix, Arizona area. Had a 9-9 last week in that outstanding performance for Auburn on the vault. There is Jenny Rowland, the 2016 SEC Coach of the Year, in her 5th year as the head coach of the Florida Gators. Of course, she got her start at Oklahoma and then spent 5 years here at Auburn, and she and her family, the Rowlands and the Grebas, maintain a long-standing friendship, and so now she is in charge of one of the finest programs in the country, currently ranked number 2, the Florida Gators, and that brings up Megan Skaggs, coming after Amelia Hundley notched a 9-8-7-5.
Now we talk about handstand positions. Megan has beautiful lines in her handstands and throughout the swing. Really nice amplitude on that first release move. The judges get to see this right from the side, so if she nails this handstand right on top, can show off that position. Big double layout. Oh. They are all finding that landing. Way to go, Florida, here. See how straight that line is from the tip of her toes all the way through her hips, shoulders, and hands. And check out the height on this release move, 2 feet above. What I love most is how she turns it over before she regrasps the bar. Really excellent technique on that release. Great job on the landing.
Drew Watson, now the junior from Tyler, Texas, up for Auburn, coming after Cassie Stevens. 9-6-5 was her score after she ended up a little bit shorter rotation on her vault. Let's see what Watson and Gobourn could do, the final 2 vaulters for Auburn.
Another 10-0 start value, 1.5 twist. See if she can land it. Oh! Very, very stiff-legged.
Ooh, that's scary. Ooh, man, luckily she's so strong. She could manage that landing. Wow.
All gymnasts kind of jump when you see somebody land kind of stiff-legged. She just doesn't absorb the landing, so the legs were locked out. She was perfectly fine, obviously, on the landing, but that hop back will be a big deduction, just under-rotated.
There is head coach Jeff Graba in his 10th season here. He's done a fantastic job at making Auburn gymnastics relevant. They've been a little bit struggling this year, haven't had a complete meet yet. Here is Trinity Thomas now for Florida on bars.
And she can be utter perfection here. If she can lock her legs together on this one skill, back up to the high bar, on her Van Leeuwen. Look at that, she has worked on, she likes 10-0s, I think. She is working for no deductions on this routine.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, that's
pretty great.
That's as close to flawless as you can get.
Well, she really takes pride in finessing those handstands and making sure the judges don't miss the fact that she was really vertical.
She takes her time, and you know what? She's probably noticed on replays of other routines, she used to separate those legs ever so slightly there, not then glued them tight, and a perfectly stuck landing on the double layout.
That's hard to see from the end zone camera. Typically the legs come apart just a little bit. Hers were glued together. Well done. Here is the other superstar in this competition that we highlight at the top of the show, Darian Gobourn, coming after Drew Watson, only a 9-7-7-5.
This can have huge amplitude if she gets the timing just right. Big distance, but over rotation. When you don't quite get those arms back fast enough onto the table and block as you're still rising, so hard to get the shape you need to stick. It just keeps traveling forward and she takes that big step.
2 times this year she had 9.925, but she overcooked that one just a little bit. Trinity Thomas' score is in on bars for Florida, an outstanding 9.95, and that brings up Savannah Shanehair from Columbus, Georgia, just about 30 minutes from here. A lot of family here to cheer her on.
This is one of my favorite bar routines, that Tawn blind to the highest, most beautiful straddle Jaeger I think I've seen. And she, like Trinity, is working the details, not giving away anything. Legs are glued tight, hits those handstands. Watch this dismount, double front half. Wow. Woo.
Owen Field, assistant coach there, does the work on bars. Very proud of that effort. What a strong opening rotation for Florida on the bars.
Just spectacular work, nice technique, perfectly timed pirouette, and that is just a beauty right there. And the dismount, very, very difficult. She sets up with that blind change, double front, half turn, and just lifts that left foot ever so slightly.
We could be looking at a huge score in that first rotation for Florida on the bars. Their lowest scores are 9.85s. There's 2 of them, and it builds from there to Trinity Thomas's 9.95. Darian Goborn, by the way, for Auburn had a 9.85 on vault in their anchor performance. So when we come back, we'll update the scores after the first of 4 rotations here from the Auburn Arena. Tonight's SEC matchup between number 2 Florida and number 17 Auburn. Here's the meet summary after the first rotation. All 6 scores 9.85 or better for Auburn, for Florida in that first rotation. They have the lead by .35 over the home team, the Auburn Tigers. Hi everybody, I'm Bart Connor along with my fellow Olympic medalist Kathy Johnson-Clark, and happy Valentine's Day to you, Kathy.
You as well.
So today we're going to be highlighting all the things we love about collegiate gymnastics. Why don't you tell me what are among your favorite things about what makes collegiate gymnastics so special?
Oh, it's so fantastic. I love it. I love the energy that we just saw in those first 2 rotations. Auburn couldn't quite find the stuck landings. Florida got hot there at the end of their rotation.
All right, so what is the thing that makes gymnastics and collegiate performances so special to you?
Beyond the beauty and athleticism, it's the college salute. Arms stretched out, head thrown back. It creates the dramatic flourish that brings the crowd to its feet and teammates rushing in, full celebration. And genuine, unbridled team support. Like sisters, they share everything, the highs, the lows, and the pressure. The positive energy that support creates is a powerful force. And the fans, showing off the team colors and traditions from the Gator Chomp, calling the Hogs, to less traditional but super fun. They love their teams, and their teams love them back. It's what makes college gymnastics and Friday Night Heights pretty lovable.
So it's a wonderful night, a Valentine's night here in Auburn. And as you can see, the scores, 49-45 for the number 2 team in the country. Florida has the lead after the first rotation.
Compulsory meet that I tried to do, I was cheering for my teammate, and they're like, shh, the students here at Auburn, they're like, gymnastics meets are so much fun. I'm like, yeah, they are. And you never heard that in clubs, so it's really cool. Even going to different schools, it's like we get to experience their traditions, how they do it, just taking it all in. We'll never get these 4 years back, so I think it's really cool.
And there is Drew Watson as she moves her team over to the second rotation. They'll be on the bars in this rotation. And Florida off to an outstanding start after a great rotation on the bars, 49-45. Jasmine Foberg, this is a great opportunity for this young lady. She has not been in the vault lineup, and so they were giving a chance to some of the other athletes in the team, and it's been nearly 2 years since Jasmine Foberg actually competed for Florida, and she had elbow surgery, and so what a great moment for her to lead them off tonight on vault.
This is her second competitive vault. She's in the vault lineup last week, and she has a big, beautiful Yurchenko fall. Slight pike in the air, but the technique is so solid. Judges are looking for the height. Very nice height, 4.5 feet up. Just a little pike in that position in the air, 6 feet from the table. Good height and distance.
Great to see her in the lineup. 9.825 was her score last week in her first performance in 657 days. So great to see her making an impact for the Florida Gators. Back now to Auburn on the bars. This is Cassie Stevens, who was just a little off her mark in vault, only had a 9.65 there.
Big combination toe hand into the ray, which is a toe handstand reverse heck. A little bit short on the handstand, close though. A little bit of pike position in her swing, but what a landing! You can hear the roar of the crowd. The Auburn fans love it. They know their gymnastics here. Good height, 2 feet above the bar on her ray. And the best part, wait for it, is right there. Absolutely no movement of the feet. Great job.
She's been in the all-around in 5 of the 6 meets so far this year with a season high 39.3, a very respectable all-around score. Back to Florida on the vault now. Jasmine Foberg, a 9.8, and that sets up Megan Skaggs.
Also doing a full twisting Yurchenko, 9.95 start value. Hers is so pretty if she flares it out.
Oh.
See how open her hips are at the end of the twist. She didn't get the landing, but I love how straight her body is at the completion of the somersault and the twist.
We're heading back to the bars. Let's talk about some of the points of emphasis, Kathy.
Of course, those handstands, they need to be vertical and perfectly straight line from hands to toes. Release moves, both the single bar and the transition release moves between the bars. We'll look at the level of difficulty and amplitude and landing of those dismounts.
This is Adeline Sabados. They call her Addie.
She opens with a big ray, this toe-on reverse hacked. Very nice height, extremely well done. Little bit of a muscle on that pass to handstand. She lost her swing in the kip. Put that last handstand right on top of the bar. Big double layout, like that position, the stretched laid out position. Slight hop on the landing, so not perfectly stuck, but a lot of good highlights in that routine.
9.85 was her season high score against Georgia. This is her favorite event.
She's on top of the bar, a little bit of a sway in the back. As I said, you want to see a straight line, not just the body in the vertical. 2.5 feet above the bar, a little bit of a flex in her feet, so just losing a little bit of form.
One of the freshmen on that team, a third of the scores come from freshmen for Auburn. Back now to vault. This is Sierra Alexander.
This can be a big vault. Yurchenko fall. Big height, big distance. I think that's the first time she's ever stuck the vault pole.
I think you're right, Kathy. And you could see it on her face. We weren't sure she was going to be in the lineup tonight.
And maybe that's the secret. Put her in last minute. She's going to find the landing because it's huge. Look at this. 5.5, almost 6 feet above the table. Flares those arms out. She is 9 feet from the table.
Wow,
and she nailed it.
She's in for Alyssa Bauman, who we thought earlier might be in the vault lineup. And look at the happiness from head coach Jenny Rowland. She gave her a shot there, up number 3, and boy, did she deliver. Back to bars now for Auburn, Aria Brush, another freshman.
Starts on the low bar. She'll do a Maloney. Release up to high bar and right back down with a bail to handstand. Good leg form so far. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Big swing. Double layout, nice height. Over rotation though, she didn't need to pike down quite so much to find the landing.
already making an impact on the team at Auburn, a season high on bars earlier this year, a 9.9.
So we've talked about the start value of the vault. It's based on the level of difficulty. The amplitude comes from the block, the height and the distance from the table, and of course that landing we just saw a stuck one needs to be upright and no movement of the feet or lean of the torso.
Sierra Alexander, a career high 9.875, and that brings up Savannah Shanehair.
Yurchenko 1.5, 10-0 start value, big vault. Oh, just rushed it just a little bit. She was thinking stick, just a tad too soon, and when you do that, it kind of cuts everything short. From the block, you want to get the full block. So she had to work really hard to stay on her feet. Nice job there.
In every vault lineup for Florida of her collegiate career, her career high, a 9.9 earlier this season against Kentucky. Drew Watson, we saw her with a 9.775 after that locked leg landing on vault. Let's see what she can do on bars here. She's coming after Aria Brush, has their high score so far, a 9.85.
This is a very good event for Drew. Like her teammates in front of her, the first two did the ray, the toe on reverse hex. She's going to open with it right here. Nice job. We've seen her miss that element the last two meets. So great to see her completely come back from that and hit that one just perfectly. Half in, half out. Just a little scoot on the landing. What a success for her. As I said, we've seen her struggle with that skill. Little short on that handstand going into it, but this time she got the right distance from the bar. Full twisting double back, little scoot on the landing, but otherwise a really good routine for her.
And a great confidence builder for the junior from Tyler, Texas. Now back to vault for Florida. Trinity Thomas coming after Savannah Shanehair at a 9.825.
This is as elegant a 1.5 twist as you'll see. She can't quite find the landing. Usually has that little bit of a hop. And it's mainly just because the vault travels so much. If she could get just a little bit more set and up off of the table, she'd find that shape and be able to drop right in for the landing. But a lot of beautiful aspects of that vault as well.
We're seeing good mechanics in the vaulting, and you know, sometimes the landing is just sort of the roll of the dice, but the technique in the air is quite good. Gracie Day set to go now for Auburn. She's all showman, and guess what? We're going to get to see her floor routine tonight later on in the show, and I know, Kathy, you're excited about that.
Watch for her toe point and her big straddle position on her release move.
Drew Watson had a 9.85 just before her.
Comes up right here, line change, sets it up, big huge straddle, just gorgeous flight. The shape she hits in the air is so pretty. And gradient double front. She has got glue on her feet today. It's just one of those days where sometimes you just have that inner sense of where the floor is. Look at this, so beautiful. Legs straight, toes pointed. And this is a difficult dismount to do and find the landing.
What a day she's having at a 9.925 on vault, and a big smile from head coach Jeff Graba. Peyton Richards, the freshman now for Florida on the vault, her anchor performer.
This vault makes me smile every time from the moment she steps on the runway and just sort of casually steps in. Okay, I think I'll run now. And off she goes, and just cool as can be, nearly sticks it cold. Nice technique in the air, a little bit soft in the knees, and just a micro hop on the landing.
She's the only freshman in this recruiting class for Florida. Of course, they're waiting for next year to have national team members Morgan Hurd and Riley McCusker join the team, but great effort for her there. Darian Goborn coming after Gracie Day, appropriately awarded with a season-high 9.9 on bars.
And look for I knew she was off on that mount. She has to reset. She'll have an extra swing deduction there. She's back right in step with this routine now. Just, oh, what a shame. Little short on that final handstand. Watch the position, the shape in the air. Full twisting double back. Good for her to come back and not give up, because a meet is from start to finish. A routine is from start to finish, and you never know when that score is going to count and when that stuck landing is important. But unfortunately, out of the mount, she was just too far forward. I could see her knees bend as she went over the low bar, so she just had to swing out and swing back, take that extra swing. It's a sizable deduction, but she finished the routine strong.
Meanwhile, over on vault, the score is in for Peyton Richards for Florida. That was a 9.95 for the freshman. So a great effort. 5 scores, 9-8 or better for Florida over there. Capped off with a 9.95 for Peyton Richards. The high score so far for Auburn on the bars, Gracie Day's 9.9 in an otherwise solid effort there. Let's go down to Florida's head coach, Jenny Rowland. Very consistent performances tonight. 12 hits so far. Are you impressed with your team at the halfway point?
I think this team's doing a great job. We wanted to come out on a strong note. I think bars particularly was something that we've been trying to improve on first event out. Attention to handstands, landings, and I think we did a pretty good job with that. The momentum's flowing, moved into vault, and I think this team did a very good job.
So tell us about floor exercise. What do you want to see your athletes perform there?
Well, first of all, the performance aspect. This team does a great job of drawing a crowd in, having a lot of fun, as well as having some great tumbling. So really executing their tumbling passes well. We've been working on landings, chests up, form, and just the performance.
All right, Jenny, we wish you good luck in the next rotation. By the way, Darian Goborn had a 9.55, but the highlight of that rotation was freshman Peyton Richards, a 9.95 for just strolling in to a Yurchenko 1.5. And we're back here. Here's the meet summary at Auburn, Florida. At Auburn, after the first rotation, Florida led by 0.35. Trinity Thomas had an outstanding 9.95 on the bars. And then at the second rotation, it was Peyton Richards, the freshman, getting a 9.95 on vault to extend Florida's lead just a little over a half a point at the halfway point of this competition. Time now for Greatness in the Grind, brought to you by Regions Bank.
And this is what sports is all about. Drew Watson 2 weeks ago missed this release move. Then the following week missed it again, making an overcorrection, being too far away from the bar. This week comes right back like all great athletes do. Fantastic to see that kind of depth, to dig down deep and get back up there and get it right.
So far today, she has a 9.775 on vault, a 9.85 in bars. She is one of 2 athletes from Auburn competing in the all-around. You know, all of these athletes are a bit tired at this point in the season. The newness of the first couple of meets has worn off, and so there's a lot of travel, there's a lot of fatigue. Some people are injured a bit, so it's a bit of a challenge for all these teams to stay motivated right now. So here are the scores. Florida has the lead, 98.775, just over a half a point over the host, the Auburn Tigers.
Gymnastics is such a shining, bright light in the sport of gymnastics. That team bonding, that pure sense of enjoyment and excitement of doing a spectacular routine. They have that ability to express who they are. So I think that's what really separates college gymnastics from everything else.
And welcome back to Auburn Arena. Quick reset of the gymnastics rules for dual meet competition. 6 gymnasts compete on each team on each event. Just the best 5 scores on that event count towards the team total. And you know, it's interesting, we hear Jenny Rowland talk about the things she loves about collegiate gymnastics. This is Valentine's Day, and I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. It's kind of fun to celebrate all the magnificent things that are happening in the sport that is just exploding in popularity, Kathy.
Yeah, and the one thing we didn't mention is how tough these athletes are as well. You mentioned right before the break, this point in the season, there's fatigue. These are hard meets weekend after weekend. And I'm looking around, they're sniffling, they're passing around tissues, so they're dealing with colds as well and just doing a tremendous job working through it.
Okay, we're set for the second half of this competition. Aria Brush.
They are playing around with their lineups, particularly on this event, trying to find the ideal lineup, especially that lead-off performer. And watch how Araya just attacks this routine. You really want this calm, aggressive approach to beam. You have to have supreme confidence, and you have to be able to make just minute little corrections mid-air. Really difficult combination, just a slight balance check after her switch leap into the standing back tuck.
Freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. I think she could really be an impactful performer for this team over the next several years. Really solid on bars, beam, and floor in particular.
Love the confidence she shows. Watch this back handspring, 1.5 twist. Excellent job all the way through to the end. Really solid opening beam routine for Auburn.
Peyton Richards will be the first performer for Florida on the floor. She is one of 2 athletes for Florida competing in the all-around along with Trinity Thomas. She had a 9.95 on vault and a 9.85 on bar, so she's off to a terrific start today.
And even though she's just a freshman, I've already seen consistency that you just don't usually see right off the bat. Big E pass, double layout. Remember, Jenny Rowland said she really wants to see control on all their landings. They've been working hard on that. Switch leap pass for a Copa. That's that split full in the air that judges look for. Complete rotation in order to give credit. See Jeremy Miranda, he's the choreographer there on the left in the blue shirt. He has done a tremendous job this year creating these really unique routines for all these athletes. Front through to a tuck double back. Very good control on the landing. Off to a good start. I love the smile throughout the entire routine. As I said, that's one of the things we love about college gymnastics, the energy they get from their teammates on the sideline, often doing the routine with them. And they just build off that. Big double layout, that's an E pass. Skills are rated from A to E. Front through, tuck double back, so she gets that requirement that you have to do some front tumbling by doing that front flip before she tumbles into the double back, and of course a 1/10 of a point bonus for the double back.
Emma Slappy now, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida on beam. For Auburn, Aria Brush led them off with a terrific 9.825. Now Slappy had a rare fall last week, had only a 9.1, but her season high so far, 9.825.
She has been so consistent for them, so that was really the outlier. I think they put her back in second, give her a chance to just settle in, get back up there without that little added pressure of being the lead-off. Switch leap, a little low with the back leg. Oh, missed.
Oh, my.
Yeah, she didn't get the position in the air, so she was clearly off from the time she took off of the beam. It's a very difficult leap. to a side aerial and tuck full.
So a missed opportunity for the senior from Jacksonville, Florida. Saturday, we've got another full day of college hoops highlighted by the doubleheader right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Anthony Edwards and Georgia take on Texas A&M in College Station at 3:30 Eastern. Then we'll take you to Columbia for South Carolina hosting Tennessee. Rachel Gowie, you see her floor average this year. Peyton Richards started them off with a 9.825.
Rachel has such beautiful, long, elegant lines, so excellent choice of music to show that off. Layout to Rudy to double stag. Wolf full. Tuck double back. Good control. Chest was just a little down. Really beautiful routine. Such precise footwork throughout.
Three-time All-American, matched her career high earlier this season. She had a 9.9 on floor.
This gets a lot of bonus points. This front layout to a Rudy to a double stag, 3/10 of a point bonus. Little bent knees in the front layout. Have to work on that to really clean it up. Tuck double back, good with the feet, just the chest was a little too far forward, so it'll be a tiny deduction there.
We go back to beam now for Auburn. An important opportunity here for Cassie Stevens, the freshman. She's coming after Emma Slappy, had a 8.95. Remember, 6 athletes compete. We count just the top 5 scores towards the team total.
You'll remember I said one of the things I love is the team support. And in college gymnastics, when there's a miss, this is what they trust each other for. I have your back. The next person is the reset. Because everyone knows mistakes are going to happen throughout a competition. It's how you respond. Really difficult leap. Trying to hit that ring position in the air is quite hard. Have to be in full split, and the toe needs to really touch the top of your head.
That's a unique skill here.
Front aerial down to the knee, right into a wolf turn. One and a half twist, very good landing, solid as can be. That's exactly what you want to see after a fall. A confident, very calm performance. As I said, one of the things I love, their toughness. Hat leap into a switch ring, a little bit sloppy with the feet, but a very difficult leap. And of course, the nifty little front aerial down to her knee. I believe that's named after her in the J.O. code of points.
Had a season high of 9.825. Really doing a great job as a young freshman. I can see she'll have a lasting impact on this program as well. Rachel Gowie had a 9.85, and that brings up Amelia Hunley. Florida very consistent, 14 routines, all of them 9.8 or better so far today.
This routine will make you feel like you're at a concert. You got to get up, clap your hands, sing to it, whip back, double back. Double. I love that her energy matches the music. Perfect control out of that. Well, I don't know how the Auburn fans could sit through part of that without just stomping their feet and clapping their hands, but that's college gymnastics. As I said, they are devoted to their team, respectful of the other team, but this is such a fun performance to watch, from the music to the choreography. And she got her tumbling in, got the landings that Jenny Rowland wanted to see. They're going to be happy.
That's the last time we'll see her tonight. Normally in the beam lineup, but they're giving her a rest tonight. So what a treat there for Amelia Hundley. See the scores for Auburn on beam as we bring up one of their specialists. This is Meredith Sylvia.
Lovely choreography out of the mount. I like the little things in this routine. Really nice attention to the details. Beautiful front aerial right into full twisting back handspring, swing down. That's as well done as I've seen her do that combination.
3 times this year she scored 9-9 for this effort.
Do you see how she performs this routine? This is special. Sasson to a sheep jump, just a little balance check there. The judges like to see when they take their eyes off the beam and actually look out. She's making eye contact with the audience. Beautiful focus, concentration, just a really excellent performance.
Auburn picking up a little momentum there, coming after Cassie Stevens had a season high 9.875.
This is just beautiful balance beam work from start to finish. Good for her.
And back to the floor now for Florida. Sydney Johnson-Sharp, the sophomore from Claremont, Florida. Boy, she has been just getting better and better, Kathy.
Well, I'm looking at the gymnastes behind her. They are doing her choreography with her. That's fun. All in good fun. Double Arabian. She has worked so hard to get into these lineups on floor exercise and beam, and she has made the most of her opportunity. Back 1.5 front layout. Watch this. Such a fun lead pass. So few know how to perform like Sydney. She can really work her choreography and add the little things that just make it special. Double back. Good control on the feet. A little forward with the chest, but a fantastic routine. Yeah. Yes, do the heart. Love it. Really nice work.
Every week she's just been improving more and more at a 9.875 earlier in the season and a 9.925 last week.
Showing off that great flexibility, the height of the jumps. This is a complete performance. Nice choreography.
Her mom, of course, is the 1988 Olympian, Brandy Johnson. Kathy, let's talk about the points of emphasis on beam as Drew Watson gets set to go.
We're going to look for the level of difficulty in both the dance and the acro skills. Also the amplitude, how high they leave the beam in the form. The connections, when they combine those difficult skills for connection bonus. And then, of course, balance, from little minor checks to major breaks.
The reason there's a little bit of a pause is the judges had to have a quick conference about the scores. Sometimes the judges differ on start values. as well as execution deductions. So if the spread between the two scores is too far apart, the judges are required to get together and discuss what they may disagree on. And the score is in for Meredith Sylvia, just a 9-6.
Clearly a start value issue. She didn't get credit. Here's her acro series, back handspring, layout, step out. Very solid.
You mentioned a start value issue. I think it's important to note that if they do the base level requirements in these routines, they have a 9.4 starting point. Oh, son of a gun.
And this is one of those situations where I'm sure she was feeling the pressure. They had a routine with a fall, and then the routine right before her with the start value issue. My guess is it was on that sheep jump. Maybe they did not give it the full credit, so the connection bonus would have been reduced.
To complete the thought, 9.4 is the base score, and then 0.6 of bonus for combinations and extra degree of difficulty, but really unfortunate opportunity missed there for Drew Watson. Next week, there's a triple header on Friday Night Heights, action here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. First at 6 p.m. Eastern, number 6 Alabama visits number 2 Florida. Then at 7:30, it's number 17 Auburn. They head to Arkansas. And then finally, the night caps off with number 9 LSU and number 19 Missouri. Trinity Thomas coming after the second 9-9 in a row for Florida. That one was for Sydney Johnson-Sharp.
One of the highest double layouts in the country, executed beautifully. Love her music selection. It's so perfectly suited for her elegance, her amplitude. It soars. This routine soars.
8 times in her career, she scored 9.975. She's been so close to perfection. Could tonight be the night she finally gets the 10 in this event?
Her leaps were picture perfect in the air. Beautiful flexibility. Superb musicality. Incredible height. That bounce back, unfortunately, will have to be a little deduction. That was the only flaw in the routine. Everything else was exquisite.
That pike double just came off the ceiling. That was incredible how high she landed that final tumbling run.
And she even opened up and still over-rotated. Look at the double layout. It just soars and lifts throughout the entire skill. And watch the lift here. Sets it up. I mean, it was bigger than she expected, I think, and just slightly over-rotated. Oh.
What a treat for Trinity Thomas. We talked at the top of the show, clearly one of the biggest stars in collegiate gymnastics, and that was really enjoyable. Skylar Shepard now will anchor beam for Auburn, and they are going to have to count 2 low scores. Drew Watson had a 9.075, Emma Slappy an 8.95. So one of those will get dropped, assuming that Skylar Shepard hits.
You don't wish this opportunity on yourself, but this is an opportunity for Skylar to handle this kind of pressure and still perform. It's a huge test and one you want to pass. Hitch kick. To the side aerial, little balance check there. You can tell she's nervous, but she's also trying to let it out all the way through her arms, her fingertips. Oh, crooked on in the air. She didn't hit the right position in that leap. She's calming herself. Sets up the dismount combination, back handspring, 1.5 twist, very nice finish. The nerves creeped in just a little bit, but I loved seeing herself calm herself down and handled it. It was not perfect.
Kathy, it's interesting that the seniors have been the ones that have shown the nerves here.
Sometimes you can just put too much pressure on yourself. There's that fine line between making it happen and letting it happen when you put the training in.
Same story, 3 straight weeks for Auburn. One apparatus has been problematic. They haven't yet been able to put together a consistent and full meet. That was their goal tonight. So we'll see if they can recover over on the final event on floor. But this is time for Alyssa Bauman coming after Trinity Thomas, a well-earned 9.95.
And this is an attention getter. The routine is beautifully choreographed. Beautiful combination pass, 1.5 for front full. Beautiful feet, perfect position in the lead positions. I love that their routines are so designed with perfection in mind. Oh, a little bit forward with the chest on the double pike. So tiny, they're short on that final tumbling pass.
Boy.
The routine was beautiful, but gave up a little bit right there.
She was going for perfection. In fact, last week a 9.975. This year alone, 4 times she's been 9.925 or better.
At least half this lineup is knocking on the door of perfection. As I said, the routines are put together so well to hide any potential weakness or any possible flaws.
So Florida will extend their lead after the 3rd of 4 rotations. They're averaging close to 9.9 and are firmly in control of this competition. Auburn struggled a bit on beam. Let's go down to Jeff Graba. And Jeff, what did you say to your team after that particular performance on beam?
Well, I just told them that this is what we have to get better at. When we struggle, we have to get better at, putting our bad stuff behind us and getting moving. And it's a young team. They get down on themselves and then they compound their problems. So this is a challenge for us. We got to go out with a young lineup and we've got to do a better job than we did on beam.
How do you think you're going to see them respond on floor exercise?
Well, I hope they respond with some fight. They've been pushing themselves. I'm actually relatively happy with their attitude tonight. We just have to perform at a higher level. So I need to see some energy first, though.
Well, good luck to you.
All right,
I like what I saw in those first 2 events.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, Jeff, in the final rotation here. So Florida firmly in the lead with a 148.25, Auburn a 146.325. The 4th and final rotation when we come back to Auburn Arena. Arkansas and Alabama went at it, and there was plenty of drama there, Kathy.
Absolutely. So Alabama led by .05 after 3 rotations. Then Griffin James fell on floor. Hope she's not hurt badly. But they came up with 4 straight scores of 9.9 and finished with a season-high 49.525 on floor to win the meet. by over a half a point. Great fight there at the end.
So Alabama, number 6 in the country, got the win, 196-625 over Arkansas, 196.1. And boy, we are in the sweet spot of the season, I'll tell you that, because here are the standings right now. Oklahoma, Florida, Utah, UCLA, Denver, Alabama. Those are the top 6 teams in the country. And Kathy, you and I have some incredible meets coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited that we'll have a chance to see number 3 Utah against UCLA. Of course, that's Kyla Ross and her challenge to set the record for the career perfect tens. We'll see her on February 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2, number 3 Utah against UCLA. And then on the 29th, it'll be number 5 Denver at number 1 Oklahoma. And boy, do they have some stars. Maggie Nichols, Lindsey Brown, and Maddie Carr. And that's all coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be fun.
I got fire under my feet, and I feel it in my heartbeat. Oh, you can put out these flames, you can keep it down in my seat.
Here is the meet summary after 3 of 4 rotations. Florida has led wire to wire. 0.35 after vault, and then they went to to vault and got a half a point lead. And look at that. They've extended their lead now after an outstanding rotation on floor with 3 scores 9-9 or better. So just under 2 points do they lead the home team. All 18 scores for Florida have been 9-8 or better. That is a consistent team without question. So they go to the beam in this final rotation, and guess what? They're number 1 in the country on this event, and that's where they'll finish.
And they put freshman Peyton Richards up first in the leadoff spot again. She may just own this position. She is as tough and confident with her skills and just makes it look easy.
I thought it was interesting talking to Coach Jenny Rowland. She said this young lady has no drama at all. It might be because she has 3 brothers and there's no drama allowed in that family.
I had 4 brothers, so I can relate. This is an excellent beam set for Peyton Richards. What a start for Florida.
We're all around today at 9.95 on vault, 9.85 on bars, and a 9.825 on floor. And a solid all-around effort for the young freshman from Mokina, Illinois.
Triple series to open up this routine. So she has the difficulty. The leaps look fantastic. She was as solid as can be.
First up tonight for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it for Cassie Stevens.
And one freshman to the next. Cassie Stevens from Phoenix, Arizona.
And I love how they just energize the crowd and her teammates on the side. This is what they need for this final rotation. Opens with tight double back. Switch ring to switch half. Lost her toe point just a little bit on the back leg. Front layout to Rudy. Little soft knees in that front layout. A little low on the Rudy. going to end with a double back in tough position. Let's see if she can land with her chest up high. A little bit low again with the chest. Good control on the feet. All right, not a bad routine to start, just a little bit low on the tumbling, those positions with the chest on the landing. Now I know Cassie's very close to putting in her full twisting double back. For now, she's doing it as a double back. And notice here, watch how her chest is down near her thighs as she lands. That'll be a slight deduction. You want to land with the chest up high.
That young freshman, just 5 of 6 meets. She's been in the all-around, and so she's getting a full indoctrination into week in and week out competition here in collegiate gymnastics as we go back to beam for Florida. Peyton Richards had a 9.875, and this, of course, is Sydney Johnson-Sharp.
And you want to see someone attack beam and perform it. Sydney does just that. Very difficult. Front tuck here. It's an E skill, and she does it so well, so solid. Acro series, back handspring layout, step out. She has been nearly perfect her first 2 balance beam routines. I just saw just a little bit of nerves creep up. You could see her shoulders kind of go up high.
She did not make the lineup on beam last year, but the 9.925 was the highest score ever for a Gator in a debut performance on beam when she made the lineup this season.
Difficult leap, switch half into the bead jump. Now watch the dismount. She's going to balance in a handstand. Step down into a layout step out. And a full twist, nice flare. Really good routine. That one moment, just that split second of doubt on the landing. She handled it well, but normally she attacks that landing.
As we go back to floor and get ready to see Emma Slappy, let's talk about the points of emphasis there, Kat.
Well, it's all about difficulty, the big skills in both the tumbling and the dance, and then the artistry. Look for flexibility, precise footwork, perfect form and posture, and of course, landings. And there are so many places to land well.
Typically see her on balance beam. Only once in the floor lineup this year. She had a 9.775 in the first meet in California.
Layout to Rudy, and soft on the landing. Split in the air on her leaps. So do a double back. Tuck position, good height, nice control. Really strong finish.
Monday we'll have the #1 women's basketball team in the nation. Dawn Staley in top-ranked South Carolina hosts Vanderbilt at 7 Eastern right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. As we get set to watch Alyssa Bauman on beam, the 9.775 for Sydney Johnson-Sharp is the first score tonight for Florida under 9.8. That's how consistent they've been.
Alyssa Bauman is one of the most beautiful balance beam workers in the country.
Two-time SEC beam champion.
And she earned that from the strength of the details, the pointed toes, the precise footwork, posture. Very aggressive when she needs to be. Really follows through and finishes strong. Switch half.
She's really good at finessing those landings. She wasn't quite all the way around.
Absolutely. You read my mind. You really need to see that half turn completed in the air. It was close, but she finessed it so beautifully on the landing.
4 times she scored 9.975 on beam.
And she even has other skills tucked in her back pocket she may pull out later in the season. She doesn't need them, but of course it would just elevate that balance beam routine, and it's such gorgeous work that she does on this event. This is just exquisite. Really hits that full split position. Needs to hold on to that toe point just a little bit more to be absolutely perfect.
Okay, Kathy, this is the moment you've been waiting for since we watched her in warm-up. This is Gracie Day. You see her floor average is only a 9.4. We don't see her in the floor very often. In fact, she's only done it once this year, but this could be a treat, and I know you're looking forward to calling this routine, Kathy.
They should have sold tickets for this routine. This is like a theme ride in an adventure park. And she's your tour guide. Strong finish. This is so creepy in the best of ways. I just love it.
Oh,
it's like a puppet come to life, and I just love it.
Hey, Auburn needed a boost, and that was certainly it, Kathy.
Oh, this is so fun. And she had the tumbling. Nice to see her. 2 double backs in the routine. But the way she kept in character throughout the whole routine, and the toe point, the extension, the flexibility, it was all there.
Yeah, that was worth the price of admission. Well done, Gracie Day. Alyssa Bauman had a 9.925. And Rachel Gowie up now for Florida. And they are just proving why they're the #2 team in the country and the top team in the country on this event.
Rachel has difficulty in both her dance, like that switch lead, the split jump, and in her acrobatics. This is a triple series, 2 layout step outs out of the back handspring. Solid as can be. They opened the season strong on this event, and they've just maintained that level of consistency. Front aerial, worked hard to connect those two. I think she kept it going. Normally you see absolutely no hesitation whatsoever.
That's just a sign of experience, though, to keep that rhythm moving, even though you're slightly off. and hopefully not break the connection.
Well, I watched an interview yesterday of hers, and as she said, when you leave yourself no option, there's no option to fall or miss. There's just that level of confidence, and what I said earlier about making those minute corrections mid-air, in flight. She did that superbly well. Woohoo, that is beautiful. You can just hang that poster on your wall there. Love the way she finishes this, always.
A career high 9.975 versus LSU this season. Expect another good score there as we go back to Auburn on floor, Aria Brush. Gracie Day awarded a 9.9 for that performance. Congratulations to her.
First pass is a full twisting double back. Tight position, stepped out of bounds. Front layout should have gone higher. Soft knees, just kind of missed the timing between those two skills. Nice position on the second leap, that straddle position. Assistant coach Ashley Johnston does all the choreography. These floor teams, except for Gracie Days. Rachel Ennis did that one. Expect a strong finish here. Oh no! Oh, too bad. It ran out of gas. It looked like she was going to be fine going in with the run. Just did not have quite the endurance she needed, didn't get the punch off the floor, and came up short.
Next on the Trinity Thomas.
Trinity Thomas for Florida is having an outstanding day in the all-around. A 9.875 on vault and 9.95s on bars and floor. And here she is on the beam, where earlier this season scored a perfect 10.
Trinity has no weak event or weak area in her gymnastics. She has flexibility, as you just saw on those leaps. She has the ability to perform and to really draw the audience into her performances.
The only NCAA competitor this season with 10s on multiple events.
Watch this one arm back handspring to the layout step out. Most athletes obviously do the back handspring with two hands. Very floaty, front aerial to beat jump, back handspring swing down. I mentioned on floor that Florida's done a really good job of designing their routines, taking out elements that don't look perfect and have room for flaws. Side aerial to layout full. Beautiful job. Like that dismount, for instance. Last year she did a round of double twist. It was beautiful. I loved it. I kind of miss it, except you can perfect these. And that one arm back handspring, layout step out, she does that well every single time. So the consistency of this gymnast is remarkable.
Four-time member of the senior elite international team for USA Gymnastics. Not currently listed as a member of the team because she's not attending the training camps. But a highlight again, her second perfect 10 just came up. Her team is going crazy as Drew Watson sets to go for her floor. My goodness.
So Drew opens with pike double back. Hopefully she'll use the energy from both her fans and the Florida teammates on the sideline cheering on the 10-0.
She had only a 9.075 on beam. Let's see if she can finish strong here.
Chest up. Good job. Much stronger routine.
The performance just before that was the perfect 10 for Trinity Thomas, her second perfect 10 of her career and her third total perfect 10. Now she has 3 this season, and this is what the reaction was from her teammates.
And I know this is going to sound weird, but that routine was more perfect than her last 10-0.
I know what you mean, Kathy. Leah Clapper, final performer now for Florida on beam. What a clinic they are putting on here.
Triple series. Beautiful job floating those 2 layouts. This is a wonderful position for Leah to be in. They have 5 great scores in front of her. She can just relax but aggressively attack this routine. It's a great time to actually mention what a change I've seen in this Florida team from last year. And their motto has been now, no opportunities wasted. And that's inside the gym and outside the gym. And you can see it. You can see the work they put in, every single one of them. And they have just turned the page on last season, not making it to nationals, and they've become the team that they can be. And everybody expects them to be. It's wonderful to see. Beautiful triple series here by Leah. That's the best form I've seen her hold throughout the entire series, and the dismount just spot on. What a feeling.
So the 3-time NCAA team champions, as you mentioned, missed out on the nationals last year, but in fine form here tonight. Morgan Lee Oldham is now in the anchor position for Auburn on floor. Darian Goborn has been pulled out. They said she's okay. They just said the meet's not going well. She needs some rest, and so we're going to give this youngster an opportunity.
And it's a big opportunity.
Oldham, a freshman from Orlando, Florida.
Nice job coming back after the first pass. A little bit short getting that second leap all the way around. Got that double back around. Good fight there at the end. Okay, great opportunity for her to take the floor. Missed the first pass, just overcooked the first one and a little bit underdone on the third one, but good to see her out there.
So that wraps up the competition here tonight. Auburn finishes on floor, and Florida with a 197.875, a superb score and a big finish on beam. When we come back to Auburn, we'll wrap this one up. Next week, there's a triple header on Friday Night Heights action here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. First at 6 Eastern, number 6 Alabama visits number 2 Florida. Then at 7:30, number 17 Auburn heads to number 14 Arkansas. Finally, the night caps off with number 9 LSU and number 19 Missouri. And the final score here tonight at the Auburn Arena, it was all Florida with a 197.875 over Auburn, a 194.7. Kathy, a disappointing night for the home team.
Absolutely, a mixed bag. The first couple of events were pretty good for Auburn, but balance beam and floor exercise. It was nice to see Drew Watson come back, rebound on bars after 2 weekends back-to-back missing her release move. Gracie Day had a huge day, really. She was spectacular on her events.
And Trinity Thomas was the big story of the night. This further proof that she's one of the biggest stars in collegiate gymnastics with another perfect 10 tonight and an outstanding all-around performance of a 39.775, Kathy.
4 events and 4 opportunities to be spectacular. She stepped up and was just beautiful. Great skills, great performance. Well done all the way around.
Florida and Oklahoma have combined for the top 7 scores in the NCAA this year, and so they are certainly establishing themselves as the 2 favorites as we look towards the postseason and the NCAA championships, which will come up in the middle of April. So once again, our final score tonight, Florida 197.875, Auburn 194.7. For Kathy Johnson, I'm Bar Connor. We're glad you joined us. There's more SEC gymnastics on Sunday when number 12 Kentucky visits number 9 LSU live at 3 p.m. Eastern on the ESPN app. Then airing at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. Florida gets a big win, and Trinity Thomas another perfect 10 for the young sophomore. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So long for Auburn.